What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is February the 18th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. Starting off with data points, just had some come out. Mortgage applications came in at 2.8, mortgage market index 339, both a lot better than the previous. In addition to that, we got building permits and housing starts data for November and December, all of which came in better than anticipated. So the market is starting to really move higher. So Dow is up 0.31, S&P 0.48, NASDAQ up 0.51. But later today, we do have the FOMC minutes that is coming out at 1 o'clock. And that's kind of a big deal. As I've openly mentioned many times, market's always forward looking. It wants a catalyst. And we've kind of been optimistic and then not, and back and forth many times about rate cuts. And so if we look at the minutes, and a lot of the members are more oriented towards and open to rate cuts in the foreseeable future, then the market's going to get very hyped up. So that's going to be a very big deal. So again, something just to kind of keep in mind. If you see a little bit lower volume leading up to that, that's just hedge funds and institutions just kind of patiently waiting. Right now, fear and greed index is 38 under the fear category. It is improving a little bit. So again, if we get some optimism, then we could be seeing neutral sometime this week, in my opinion. But aside from that, SoFi is just piggybacking off the broader market, up 0.66. No news, no SEC filings coming from them. Shorts are increasing about 22,000 shares today. And so again, that's kind of a good thing, right? Because if you see shorts increasing, kind of shows that they're trying their very best to slow SoFi down. But most likely not so much, because we did see a fair amount of institutional transactions yesterday. So this might be very premature to say, but it does look like the broader market wants to really move higher, and especially based on some of the stocks that are getting volume today. So far in the pre-market kind of shows that big money is kind of looking at a lot of the larger cap stocks again. So something again just to keep in mind. But 8.84% of the free float's being shorted, works to be 110 million shares overall being shorted. So again, shorts increasing might be indirectly positive. Right now with that 1963 during the pre-market, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So for those of you that are day traders and swing traders, 1954, 1927, then 1910 is going to be support levels. We did bounce off of this S2 yesterday. So that's going to be a strong support. Flip side, 1982 is going to be the next strong target. And if we conveniently as well bounced off of that. So if SoFi can hit it hard fast above that 1982, then in theory, we could be seeing $20 today. NIO, nothing really like coming out from them, unfortunately, but they are piggybacking off of the broader market. Nice little bit of a recovery. So up 0.81%. Shorts right now, surprisingly, are increasing about 8,000 shares. 7.06% of the free float's being shorted, works to be 143 million shares overall being shorted. With it at 496, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 485, no different than yesterday, is a strong support. Luckily enough, that wasn't tested yesterday, but today, so far, NIO just really needs to get above $5. That is it. And if it's able to close above $5, then in theory, 520 is potentially on the table. And as what I mentioned in my dedicated NIO video yesterday, Elliott Wave Technicals is projecting for it to go to around 560, as long as it can stay above that 50-day moving average. Like I kind of mentioned, large caps are getting a lot of volume this morning. One is Nvidia, so it's up almost about 2% because of the news with Meta. So Meta Inc.'s deal to use millions of Nvidia chips in data center build out. So pretty good stuff as far as that. Shorts are returning about 68,000 shares. 1.1% of the free float's being shorted, works to be 261 million shares. This obviously isn't a squeeze play whatsoever. So shorts returning is, I think, very much positive, because with SoFi and NIO, they're a little bit on the growth side. So shorts increasing and decreasing, I'm sure, has ulterior motives, whereas this is legitimate fear, most likely. With it right now at 188, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 187 and change is going to be a strong and key pivot that you want to watch for Nvidia to close above today. Then in theory, 194 followed by 198 could be potentially next. Amazon similarly is getting a lot of good volume this morning, and that is because of this right here. So looks like just some kind of deals or potential deals in the foreseeable future. Nothing really concrete from what I was able to find, but it looks like several companies are looking at Amazon for kind of further expansion. Again, nothing really like this week or right now, but shorts are increasing about 9,000 shares, no different than Nvidia. Not really much activity. This isn't a squeeze play whatsoever, but in this case, with them increasing 9,000 shares, maybe they do feel like the green is somewhat unjustified. Right now with that 203, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 202 is going to be that key point to really watch for Amazon to close above today. And then if so, then 208 followed by 212. So give yourself a shout out if you did buy the recent dip over the last several trading days. I was tempted to, very close to buying it at 198. If it does dip below that for whatever reason in the foreseeable future, then definitely I am a buyer. And then last but not least, ticker OBAI. So I brought this one up yesterday because it was getting some very abnormal volume, but it just recently IPO'd like a week and a half ago. Nothing really crazy. Like yesterday, we had some SEC filings, some 8Ks that did come out. Nothing of any significance though, but the market clearly is just trying to maybe gravitate towards this. It is consolidating a little bit today, down 5.6%, but again, nothing really concrete to move it up or down. So this one, if you're kind of have patience throughout the trading day, you can definitely make some good money swing trading or day trading it, but it does look like it does want to kind of go down. Still too early for any short information and any fib levels. So yeah, just kind of watch for a lot of the whole numbers and so forth. Yesterday though, again, you could have made some pretty good money just quickly swing trading it and day trading it more in the pre-market, but still it did drop like a rock very fast. So big money, I think, is kind of controlling it like a puppet somewhat. So just be very, very cautious. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.